What is it that's under the sea, under houses, under roads, and under our feet? It's Earth.
Oh, did you hear it? Is it left in?
What's Earth like? What would you find if you examined a piece of turf? The grass and soil that's the top layer of Earth.
Oh, you've got some super roots on there. Can you pull it apart?
Because air and light can reach the top of the Earth, plants and animals can live on or just beneath the surface of the soil.
Oh, look, you've got a slug in there. Can you see its underpart? It's a different colour from its top, isn't it? Don't damage it. They're very delicate creatures. They're slow-moving creatures, aren't they?
What's his face?
It's a larva of some sort. How do worms get through soil?
I don't know. They make holes. It's easy.
Ah, but you know how tough this soil is. Have they got teeth?
No. I've got a ninja slug, worm and a slug.
Would you like to pick him up and have him on your hand for a bit, Brian? Really carefully.
Oh, there's a beetle.
I don't know what sort it is. We'll have to look that up later, won't we?
Oh, no.
Sometimes, when machines have dug deeper into the Earth, you can see how it's made up of different layers. Under the surface of the Earth, beneath the soil and further away from the light and air, there are fewer and fewer plants and animals, until there are none.
Okay. Good shot.
I'm chucked.
At this school, they've dug down so deeply that they've reached clay.
I think the bucket will be full then, Don, and we'll have to take it round to be plugged.
Clay's wet and sticky, and a bit messy, but it's very useful. Once the clay has been pugged, had a lot of the water squeezed out of it, it can be used for making models. Clay from the earth can be moulded into things that are both useful and beautiful. It's not only clay that's found under the ground. There are lots of other things that can be dug up and used. What you find underneath the layers of soil depends on whereabouts in the country you are. In some places it'll be a mixture of sand and gravel. That's what's being scooped up here. After it's been dug out and piled up, the sand and gravel mixture is carried by conveyor belts to be washed and separated. The fine sand falls through the holes, while the larger pieces of gravel stay on the belt. Both gravel and sand are used in making cement for buildings and roads. Here are some other things that are dug up from under the earth. Can you work out what they are? Here's something you could do with different types of soil.
I can't get mine in anyway.
You're getting
I
sand. You've got the peat in it. Very light, that soil. Right. Ben, tell us what you see in your sample.
Little black stone.
You've got some small black stones. Right. Mark, what do you think you've got in yours?
Well, I've got lots of twigs and roots and green plants and lots of leaves from trees.
Okay, Ben. Let's pour some water in.
I've got leaves.
What do you think yours is going to look like, Mark, when it's shaken?
Nothing. That twig was rising.
Gosh, look at all the air that's in there. You see the bubbles coming up?
Mhm.
That didn't happen with the sand, did it? Wonder why not?
It doesn't hold boat air.
Ah. None at all? Just giving it a good shake. It's very dark, isn't it?
Looks like cocoa.
Put it down, Mark. What's happening?
It's cocoa.
At first, the soil and water is all mixed together. But watch what happens. The bits of twigs and leaves float to the top, and as the rest of the soil settles, the heavier particles sink to the bottom, while the lighter ones form a layer on top. The different parts of the soil are separated. How's soil formed in the first place? One of the main ways involves small plants called lichen. Lichen, together with rain, snow and wind, gradually break down rocks and form soil. Here's how it happens. Water dropping on rock softens it and starts to wear it away. Lichen help. They grow on rocks and stones, in which they make small cracks. The rain gets into these cracks, and in winter, ice makes the cracks wider. As the lichen die, their remains gather in the cracks. On top of this layer of rotting vegetation, other plants called mosses grow. When they too die, their remains add to the layer. And gradually, a layer of soil develops. On this, larger plants grow, and as they die, their dead leaves and stems rot down to add to the soil. In this way, the soil is built up. It takes about 500 years to make 3 centimetres.
Right. Go on.
You can make a kind of soil. If you save the bits of vegetables you don't use, apple peel, leaves, grass cuttings, dead flowers, in fact, any plant materials, and pile them up in a heap, you'll make compost.
It will become soil, yeah. What's that you've got, Claire?
A piece of lettuce.
Now that's still green. See, when a lot of this compost went into the heap, it was green, just like that lettuce, but it soon changes colour.
It's quite soggy and wet, but it's warm.
Beautifully warm, isn't it?
Yeah. It soaks.
What
and
makes
some of
it
it's
warm?
gone black. Oh, it's all slimy.
It's already starting to break down.
Oh, I got a nice
Now,
smell.
what's the difference between that and what we've just been lifting out?
This is fresh. This is fresh from this morning, and that's been there for ages. And this is cold.
That's right. In
It's
fact,
got
if you
nice
put any
little
fresh
tea bags.
materials like orange peel and grass clippings and leaves into a bag and
got
you
a
keep
bit
it
juicy.
sealed up, the
it's got a
enzymes
nice
which are
pattern
working on it
here.
make heat. All the things inside that have been part of the garden.
There's some soil as well. Yeah, there's bits of soil.
There is a few
There's
bits
a
of
piece
soil.
of tomato there. Oh, yeah.
That will rot down too, Katie.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris.
The piles of vegetables and plant material on the compost heap gradually rot down until after several months they've become crumbly like soil. Many gardeners add compost to their soil to refresh and renew it. By examining samples from a compost heap, you can find out some of the things that rot down.
We found a baby clock.
Have you?
Yeah.
A piece of mouldy.
Little baby clock. It would be nappy. This marker and God, it's the outside skin.
I found a shell of an acorns. It's all rich.
Plants grow in soil. Their roots take in food and water from it. For many years, people have cultivated this top layer of the earth to grow flowers and food. Without it, and the crops it produces, people and animals would starve.
There's little bits.
Can you work out a way of testing whether plants grow better in soil than in other things which come from the earth?
One with the stones. How are you getting on?
These children are planting potatoes in soil, sand and rocks to see which will grow best.
Okay, now it needs to be buried. It's got to be in the total darkness.
What do you think the results will be? Why don't you try it for yourselves?